Puck is an exceptionally energetic piece from Grieg's lyric pieces. It's from his final set, which he composed in 1901. Grieg was a master of these small miniature character pieces, and this is clear to see in Puck. The direct translation from Norwegian is Little Troll. Grieg had a bit of an obsession with trolls and Norwegian folklore, and he even named his own house Trollhagen or Troll Hill. The word Puck comes from an old term for a fairy or a goblin-like trickster. And in this particular piece, this goblin is causing chaos. There's a huge dynamic range, and the pianist gets to explore the upper and the lower register. And there's also a great variety in articulation. So all in all, it's a really nice piece to develop your technical facility. When played really well, it's an excellent choice for competitions or a recital. I'm going to now go to the piano and we'll dive into all the challenges. The ABRSM suggests a metronome marking of 120 per minimum beat, and I think this is quite a good tempo to be able to show all the detail without feeling rushed. So this is it. So it'll be... Once you're technically confident, you could perhaps experiment with a slightly faster tempo. Some modern editions have 176 beats per minimum beat, and that is really fast, and the piece completely loses its character if played at that tempo. So take care when you're playing from a different edition that you don't play it at a speed where you lose the character. Stay tuned, and I will include my own performance of Puck at the end. I'm now going to point out some challenges in this piece by going through it quite slowly and giving tips on how to deal with them. The opening right-hand motif is a little bit finicky, and pianists often play fingers 3 and 5 slightly unevenly. So this sometimes happens. What you want to try and do is to stay a little bit deeper into the keys, turning your wrist towards your little finger so that you can easily play these two at a slightly more level playing field. I also do a little small turn, so a little circular anti-clockwise circle, but it should be really tiny so that it doesn't destabilize the hand, so don't make a big movement. I would also suggest that you keep your 3rd and 5th finger very active, almost like you're playing it staccato. That makes it really crisp, and it will also help you on the descend. You can also practice without the little finger and also start from the top so that you can feel your positioning a little bit more clearly. Moving on, if you get to this part, 1, 2, 3, bar 4 and bar 5, try and voice the top line. You can do that by slightly turning your wrist and placing a bit more weight on the top fingers. So that will help for it to just come out a little bit more clearly. I actually often change fingerings to suit my hand. So I would always experiment until you find fingering that you prefer. I find actually spending that time before starting a piece, so right at the very beginning, it takes a little time to actually find the right fingering, but writing it in and then actually sticking to it can really help. You may find later on that you want to change things if it really doesn't work, but I think it's really valuable time spent, as it saves time and speeds up the learning process. I don't personally like the ABRSM suggestion of fingering in bar 5 and bar 9. They suggest to use a 5 and 2 here and then swap and then go back to a 5 and 2. I find it's better to stay in the hand position. So I play 5 and 3 here, and then again 5 and 3 there. For the last note of this phrase, you can either stick to 5 and 3 like this, or you can change to a 2 and 4. Just place your 3 and 5 there, and then you could swap. That gives a little bit more of an emphasis on the final note. So moving on, I really like this pedaling that the ABRSM has suggested. And then just make sure that you are always fading at the end of this phrase. So it's strong and then release. Strong, release. There's also a point in bar 10 where we have our first large leap. So we have here, we have to jump up, where the left hand has quite a big jump. I don't like the 1 and 3 and 2 and 5. I just jump to 1 and 5 every time. Now practice this jump by first jumping it silently. So you jump to the G flat with your thumb, and the same thing in your left hand. So we go like this, and then make sure that your right hand steals a little bit of time, and then your left hand joins in. This next section, we fade. Then we have to make sure that this rest in bar 16 is counted really exactly. So I'll count it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bars 19 to 20 is arguably one of the trickiest jumps, or the trickiest bars of the whole piece, because you need to play this at speed, and that is quite a challenge to get it right. I personally would change the fingering in the right hand to a 1, 2, 5, because if I were to play the chords, I would use a 1, 2, 5. This may be different in your hand, but it's easier for me to grab onto the 2. There's various ways to practice these jumps in the right hand. So I'll stop on the first note, stop, stop, and then play the chord. So in essence, you are shortening the time between the 5 and the 1. Make sure to spread out your hand so that it's ready for the whole position. Now, once you are really confident with this right hand, I would suggest that you practice the timing. So the left hand, in my opinion, just the right timing to do this is to jump once your right hand is in the final position. So if you start, once you are here, this is when you aim and then you play. So just keep the pedal down, aim, and then come off. So when we get to the middle section, this is where it gets really eerie and mysterious. I would definitely memorize where you've got to go to, because it's quite a jump from here, and then it's a big contrast to pianissimo. I would probably employ your una corda here to help you create this eeriness in the air. And then we have this gradually upwards moving with small crescendi and decrescendi. Make sure to accent these in the left hand. chromatic moment where I would definitely take a little breath. So play up to here and then breathe, and then you play very quietly using your una corda again. Now this is really, really surprising because we are in quite a strange key of E flat minor for the opening, and now we have, it's almost like Grieg is having a little bit of fun with us because we have modulated into C major, and he says to play this dolce. I think personally you should have quite a humoristic feel to this section and play with a smile. Now notice how in bar 40 to bar 44 he plays the same motif, but this time with no accent. Now there's a crescendo. Now we play forte with accents and a crescendo. And then piano again. 1, 2. So this little passage, you need to make sure that you don't rush. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So keep the tension, because if you rush at that point, we lose the tension of the chromatic scale. And then we are pretty much back to the opening. Where we have similar sort of material. The good news is it's a lot easier because of the black keys. So just remember, we play, then at this point we jump, now with the pedal, and then off. Have a wonderful time learning this piece. Please subscribe and comment to let me know how you get on with these tips. Many thanks for watching.